Hi, this is Joe Gailey. I want to welcome you to another one of our educational webcasts on the subject, Your Business and Your Employees. What are your legal obligations? Today, we're going to be talking about the Americans with Disabilities Act, which is a federal law that's administered through the EEOC, the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission. There are basically two segments to the ADA. One is that a business cannot discriminate against the public in providing services to handicapped or disabled persons. The other is that businesses have to make reasonable accommodations to any disabled or handicapped worker. Now, I'm going to concentrate on the worker portion of the ADA today, but rest assured that you do have some obligations to your customers if they are disabled or handicapped in some way to make sure they have accessibility to your business. Now, what is a reasonable accommodation? Well, you ask 10 people that and you're liable to get 10 different answers. But basically, the law says that a reasonable accommodation is an accommodation that can be made to an employee without affecting his or her ability to perform the core functions of that job. So determining the core functions of that job is extremely important in determining whether any reasonable accommodation can be made. Because if in fact no reasonable accommodation can be made, then the employer can simply terminate the employee without liability. So let's talk about core functions and how you determine that. It's going to be very hard for a business to argue that a function is a core function unless they have that in a job description. For instance, let's say that you have a server at a restaurant, and that server has come down with a back injury and requests a reasonable accommodation that they have 10 minutes an hour to sit and rest rather than walking. In most busy restaurants, you just can't do that. You don't have enough people. It's just really, that will just clog the system up terribly. However, if you don't have in your job description that they must be able to walk 3 or 4 hours at a time without a break, it's going to be very hard for you to argue that that is a core function of that business. So for purposes of the ADA, your job description is extremely important in order to set forth these core functions. And sometimes you have to give a lot of thought to how you describe the job and what these core functions are. I appreciate you tuning into this educational webcast, and I invite you to tune into the others on this subject that will be coming up shortly. Thank you.